Hello everyone. It is about 2:30 p.m. Thursday, February the 4th, 2016, and this is DelRayVAWeather.com. Okay, we just got the results of the 12Z model runs for the European model, the Canadian model, and the American model, the GFS. And actually, two of the three are really signaling a pretty significant snowfall for the Monday-Tuesday time frame. And I want to go over what I'm seeing. We don't have a good, we don't have agreement with the American model, but I want to show you why I'm leaning towards a higher snow figure, even though the American model is saying less than an inch. Okay, what you have up here is the European model, 12Z. This is currently set at about 7 p.m. on Tuesday, the 9th. And it's showing that potentially in that 24-hour period, we would be receiving about 8 inches with a center of it just sort of southwest of us of 10 inches. So it really is showing a pretty significant snowfall for that period. Let me see if I can increase this so you can see it a little bit better. Okay. So this is what we're looking at. This is Alexandria here, and the models have been oscillating between nothing and major snowfall. They've been doing that for over a week. But this is really the first time that we have two of the major models showing pretty significant snowstorm, and that's one reason why I'm a little more bullish on a big snow than I was even this morning. Okay, let's go on to the Canadian model. This is the Canadian model, and this should raise some eyebrows, to be honest. What this is showing here is, again, it's set for approximately the same time as the previous model, and it's showing a snowfall of 15 inches in the Alexandria area by Tuesday evening over that 24-hour period. I'm not convinced about that amount. I'm a little suspicious that it may be overstating it. But I want to continue. I'm going to elaborate why some of this is making sense and some of it isn't. So let's go on and see what else we got. Okay, this is the GFS, and let me enlarge this one too so you can see it. Okay, again, this is set for about the same time. Oh, let me get that cleared out. Okay, Alexandria, DC is in this area, and it's showing less than an inch. This probably is like in the half-inch area with heavier snow bands out towards our west, and it's been oscillating as well as the other models between these different values. Okay, this is the mediagram from the European model, and I'll enlarge this so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, this is showing, again, like we were seeing on the map, 8 inches by late Tuesday, the 10th. And the reason why this is doing that compared to the GFS is what it's projecting to be the temperature during the snow event. And the Euro model is projecting really close to freezing pretty much throughout the entire event. And so anything that falls would probably stick, according to the European model. Now, if we take a look, this is the American model. And this has a much higher temperature over that snowy period. It's showing that when the snow starts, we would have a temperature in like 45 potentially, somewhere between 42 and 45. Very high. And if you remember, actually, this past Wednesday, we were supposed to hit 65 according to the American model, and we didn't come anywhere near the 65 temperature. And that sort of makes me very suspicious that the American model may be overstating temperatures. And there's a couple other things I'll show you in a minute that make me even more convinced of that. Okay, this is the Next Gen Weather Lab from the College of DuPage. Let me see if I can zoom this out to 150 and still operate it. So let's see what we got here. Okay. All right, this is currently set to about the peak snow period for DC. DC is right where I'm circling it with the X here. Actually, it's right that a little lower. That's Baltimore. This is DC, and if we try to back this up a little, let me see if I can back it up a little. Yeah, okay. If you notice, at this is 7 p.m. on Monday, and it's showing pretty heavy precipitation in the DC area, and our magic snow line, that's the 5400 line, is far to our south. So at that period of time, I'm pretty well convinced that everything's going to be falling as snow. Now I want to show you something else here. Let's take a look at critical thickness for that time. Move this up to Tuesday about here. Okay. Again, at this time we got a lot of moisture over us. It's all the critical thickness levels are far to our south. And again, this clearly shows that we're going to get snow, at least later on Tuesday. If we move this into Monday, I'll show you that. Okay, this is early Monday. This is, let me see if I can get the exact time correctly. Okay, we need to get up a little bit further. Okay, should be 1 a.m. Monday, right here. And if you notice, this is the snow rain line right here. DC is right here, and we got the snow rain line really close to the district. However, all the other critical thickness lines are far to our south. So even though, if you look at some of the GFS products, it says that Monday we're going to have mostly rain. This is certainly an indication that it's going to be either a wet snow. I doubt whether it's even going to be a winter mix. It's going to be probably wet snow at this point in time. One other thing I want to show you here, and that's this convective product. This is the actually mid altitude lapse rate. And let's move this up to here. Let's see if we got the right one here. Yep. Okay, this again is Tuesday, about 7. Let me make sure I get this right. Nope. This is actually 7 p.m. on Monday. 7 p.m. on Monday, we have this, if you notice, this red area here and the orange area. That indicates a sort of a mid-altitude, a high lapse rate. That means that the temperature drops quicker with altitude. And what I believe may very well happen at this point is we may get a very rapid dropping of snow, like a snow squall, certainly late on Monday, which would ramp up our total snowfall for the entire event. That actually has happened in the past and has resulted in an overproducer of a snowstorm. So that's something that we need to keep an eye out on. The other thing that's happened over the last 6 hours is that the low that's causing all the mischief here has gone further south. So the models are showing that it's actually at this time would be centered a little farther south from the Michigan area into more northern Indiana. And that's the reason why suddenly you see the Euro and the Canadian model increase their snow totals. Let's see if we have anything else I can show you here. Okay, let me show you this. Again, this is sort of a repeat of what I showed you with the mediograms, but I'll go ahead and show it to you anyway. Okay, this is the Canadian model of temperature, 2-meter temperature over the period. And if we move this around, let me see, we have this set at 102 hours. Let's see if we can move this a little bit. Okay, if you look at through the entire period, this is early Monday morning. We're in the 20s in DC. If we continue through the day, we never really go above 37 through the entire day. And then we drop back below freezing Tuesday. And we remain in freezing or below freezing pretty much all Tuesday. So this is saying that we're pretty much going to be in the mid to low 30s, upper 20s through the entire period. Okay, this is the GFS interpretation of temperature. Let me zoom it a little bit here. Okay, and so what this is showing, let me move this up so I can adjust the time. Okay, we're going to start out early. Let me move this. Okay, this is early Monday morning. It's saying we're about 35, and then if I advance this forward, you'll notice that suddenly at 1 p.m. we end up at 46 degrees, far above freezing. We stay above that until actually 1 a.m. on Tuesday, and then we start dropping below freezing and remain pretty much actually this is even saying that sometime Tuesday we're going to be in the low 40s, and you know, we would continue down below freezing. So that's the difference. That is really the difference. This happens to be, let me see, yeah, that's the same as I just showed you. So basically that's the problem, is the temperature that the various models are predicting, and that would determine how much actual snowfall we get. And because of the critical thickness layers I'm seeing, even in the GFS run, I'm inclined to think that this is going to be on the high side, not the low side. We have to, you know, this is really still fairly low confidence. The timing is up in the air a little bit. Could really start accumulating maybe mid-afternoon, midday on Monday if it is going to happen, with most of the snowfall actually occurring late Monday and early through the night, and end up sometime mid-morning on Tuesday. You know, we're going to have to keep following this. I would recommend at this point, it's not going to be a blizzard. But the one thing that I do worry about is it is possible that the snow that falls will be a heavy, wet snow. And the fact that we get precipitation as a wet snow, it could accumulate on power lines, and then there could be actually more power disruptions in this storm, even compared to the blizzard we just went through, because it's likely to be more of a normal snow to liquid ratio or a heavier snow. So as far as any preparations, I'd check the pantry. Certainly, I would, potentially maybe if you're going to go shopping between now and certainly Sunday, I would maybe add a couple extra items. Definitely you should keep attuned to the weather, because I would imagine that probably certainly Saturday afternoon, maybe Sunday morning, you'll start hearing, if we're going to have a disruptive snow, you'll hear the TV meteorologists start warning about it. So I'm going to wrap it up there. If you have any questions, just give me a tweet at PatPend, that's PATPEND, and I'll try and answer them. Thanks a lot.